Today's video is going to take you along with Patricia as she unboxes and uses her new 12x12 gel press printing plate for the first time. Welcome to PM Artist Studio. I am Mariah, the M, and you will be spending the video with Patricia, the P and PM. Please take a moment to like this video, subscribe if you are new, and ring the bell. Now let's get started.
Hello. I know there are thousands of gel plate videos out there. I understand them. I've watched, a ton of them. So I know that. And today, I don't know that anything new and brilliant is going to happen, but this is my new gel plate. My 12x12 that I have been wishing for years. No, literally, I have. I started out with the 5x7, went to the 8x10. It's kind of like, yeah. But anyway, here it is. It's never been out of its wrapper. This is it. This is the maiden voyage for gel plate. And I must say, I absolutely love the smell. I don't know if anybody else does, but I'm very smell conscious. Oh. Mariah is like the super smell conscious person here. But I'm right behind her, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the smell is. It's kind of clovey, kind of cinnamony. Yeah.
There's a spice.
Whatever it is. Oh my gosh, isn't this exciting? Pulling that acetate off for the first time. It's incredible. All right, I have down on my surface here a strip of freezer paper. And the reason I put it down was because I wanted it to kind of grab this so that I didn't have to keep one hand on the jelly plate as I'm pulling things off. I know this is terribly interesting, but it's got to be done. Look at that. Is that just not absolutely incredible? I want to get it so that I'm not swishing off here. It doesn't really matter. All of my shirts have paint all over them anyway. But
We don't go anywhere.
this is, doesn't matter. Look at that. God, so beautiful. Okay, this morning I was, thinking about a color palette. And I got some new colors. I got the turquoise, phthalo, and the green gold, and the Titan buff, which I didn't have. Now I did have this. I wrinkled it up, so I don't even know. But I use all the time, but you can see we're getting kind of low. Plus it's really thick. I kind of like the gushier stuff because I've got plenty of paints to mix with it to make it less, give it some body. I've got plenty of ways to do that. With the gloss gel, with the acrylic paint retarder, which I use a lot, and I'm sure I already added that to the paint that I mixed up for today. So that's that, and these are my prayer things here. So, next, new stencils. I'm really excited about this because it's like a stencil that's actually going to take up the whole thing, most of the whole thing. I've just been doing pieces and parts of stencil. So Mariah calls this the thumbprint, which I think is really funny. I just wanted it to be an all-over texture that was going to be not necessarily the most important thing, but part of that layering. I wanted that. And this one, peel that off of there. This one is what I'm going to start with today. And I put it on green paper because it's never been used, so that you could actually see it, what it was going to look like. I'm not going to put it down because I do want to put down a layer before I place this down here. But isn't this interesting? I think it's interesting. I think it's going to be very interesting. But now what I've also saved as masks are the things that came out of here. And I think those are very cool. So I've got those to flop down at different points, and might even, you know, take and put something down on the side where it's not covered. But here's a big old giant piece. Isn't that wonderful? I think that's going to be wonderful. I'm going to put that right over here so I can grab that later. And there are little tinier pieces that I'm going to use later with my small square, triangle, and circle. Probably won't get to that today, but that's my intention of where all of this is going. Okay, with the stencils. Enough said about that. Now, what I want to do today is I want to create some papers to use in folding books. We're going to do a triangle fold book, and we're going to do, what was the other one, Mariah? Oh, crown fold book.
We have also ordered a book to tell us how to do all of these things.
We have.
To truly educate ourselves.
Seriously, because I think that that's what it's all about here. When you're out, you know, and doing your exploring in the world, you need to at least have a map. And we really, you know, it's so annoying to have to always look up. I've probably watched the Lydia Rink video, I would say 5 or 6 times. And that's why I say I watched it all the way through. I would fast forward.
I think we need a book, because like, you just don't, you need something to read and see examples.
And I don't know if you're hearing that voice in the background. But that would be Mariah M. chiming in and providing us with relevant and interesting facts and details.
Sometimes something funny. And I always say that jokes are free.
Well, yeah, okay. So, back to what we're talking about today. Anyway, I've got some colors mixed up. Got this mixed up. This already has gloss gel. I smushed it down or watered it down a little bit with the matte fluid medium and added a squirt of the paint retarder to help to increase the drying time so I don't have to hurry and place things around. Because I think with this big gel plate, I've never used a big gel plate before, so this is my maiden voyage. And anyway, this has the green gold and the turquoise. And I'm trying to use up my titanium, I don't know, unbleached titanium is what this is. And I think that that's Liquitex, because that's the other brand that. And this is, look at that creamy wonderfulness there. This is the turquoise that I mixed up. I love turquoise. I find it's that one that I go to a lot when I want a little bit of actual color. Mostly I don't, but when I do, it seems turquoise becomes something. Also, something else I want to play with today is this. Mariah found this in one of those bins at those big box stores for 97 cents. Now, I mean, you know, come on.
I thought it was dumb when I brought it.
I did. I thought it was absolutely stupid, and can't tell you.
It's 97 cents.
How bad can it be? How bad a decision?
Give it to the kid. Give it to Z.
So, can you see that squishing up there? It was kind of lumpy, and it's still a little bit lumpy-bumpy, but I mixed in quite a bit of the matte medium, this stuff, rehydrated it, added a little gloss gel, added a little, I don't know if I added retarder or not. I probably did. I add that to everything. And I want to use this chalk paint because I've seen some really neat results with this. I'm going to be using some silver, which is some cheapo Martha Stewart. Well, actually, it's not cheapo, but I don't know how the quality is. and some golden, the iridescent gold. What my plan is to create sort of a patchwork paper that is going to work for the scale of the smaller triangle booklet, and that's my goal. So that being said, I have no idea exactly what I'm going to do here. It's just going to be, I do have some really expensive presentation paper up here that Mariah provided for me, and we do have some 13 by 19, Mariah. I'm not really sure that we need anything quite that big.
It's a big sheet of paper, like it's and.
Yeah, and I don't know that it's going to be easily manipulated in the space that I have here, because I'm kind of blocked off, and I.
Now, one thing we could try to do, and I'll pull some real quick, are some scrapbook papers. We don't really necessarily we got those one sets of those kind of weird ones.
Oh, horrible colors.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we knew that we weren't going to necessarily use them as is, and we've done the color video of coloring those ones, the pink, that houndstooth.
Yeah, boy, was that ever
I mean, and we have a lot of it. Never bought a whole, and it was cheap.
Yeah, I mean, it was like $1.99 for 20 sheets. But anyway, it's kind of, do you have that over there, Mariah? I've got some of that stuff here.
Yeah, let me,
Here, I see one. Yeah, I got the houndstooth. Okay. Tuesday morning, look at that, $2.99. So, this is nice weight, because one of the things that was really emphasized in the videos that I watched was not to use too heavy of paper. And you have to remember that when you're doing these gel prints, this builds up. You're creating a whole paper layer just with the paint. So that's something to definitely keep in mind that I'm definitely aware of here. All right, shut up. Let's go.
let's do this.
Let's do this. That's what Izzy says. Let's do this. Now, I don't know how smart this is going to be, putting this down without any retarder. Oh, well, whatever. We'll just pick it up later. It'll just be one of those nice layers of stuff that's... Oh, look at that.
This was totally like one of your purchases, and I'm like, I don't know how much of this color we need. It's right up your alley. This has got your name written all over it.
All right, some kind of funky. Yeah, boy, that really. I can smell that. Can you smell it?
Oh, this paper?
No, the paint.
Oh, is it the stinky paint?
Well, it's not. Really, I didn't think it was. Okay, well, you can see the problem with this stencil here.
Which we knew as soon as I pulled it off of the...
Is that some of the, whatchamacallit things.
We didn't have enough connection points.
Yes.
We're working on that.
We are working on that.
It's a learning process.
It definitely is. And what did I do with that other?
Mainly for P, who creates the stencils.
Yeah.
Here, you want this? Oh, yeah, do your other pieces over there and then put this sheet down. That'll be awesome. Because you got your white. Not sure why you started out with that, but whatever. I'm still sort of trying to understand some of this.
This is a lovely color. What are you talking about? My goodness. My goodness.
Now there's a little bit of texture to this paper.
And this is
more so on one side than the other.
Old brayer I have from my days of printing on, oh hell, I don't know. I think I got it from Amy when we were doing lithographs. Mm-hmm. But that's really ancient history. We're talking 30 years ago. Look at that bugger. It's still going good. Kind of squeaks.
Ooh, see, now that's cool.
All right. I like it.
All right, well, I'm going to leave this pack here for you. Yeah, oh, and you found the
Oh, this is going to be, that is really going to be lovely, lovely, lovely with, okay, now see, this is what, pulling it off, but at least I've got some color on it now. And I do have a flopping place over here. I tried to get a little bit more organized today than usual. Just, you know, willy-nilly finding things. And oh, I think that is just really, it's really nice. Okay, now this does not have any retarder in it. So, what I'm thinking is, I really don't like that little
Here's some peachy
line there.
Now, if you're grabbing these, make sure you're putting down, well, or unless you want to see, if you can get a little bit of the texture, you know, because this has like that canvas or laid finish on one side.
Now, that one I need to use with the darker color, so let me just kind of, you know, hang in here.
Okay. Do you want more?
And I'm just going to go ahead here. I know this is probably not dry, but patience is not a virtue that I...
All right, well, I'm just laying these over here.
Okay.
You do what you want, grab them.
Thank you. I do love that green. And I think that that's going to be really nice with... Now, here's a problem with this paint. Because it's kind of hard to get on here without messing around and screwing up something. But I do want to introduce this early on because this is kind of part of that. And I think we're probably going to pick up some of that, so I'm going to go ahead and use, I don't know, let's use, we've got two sides to this paper. Which I think will be interesting is the folding. And the other thing Mariah's been exploring and sort of researching is this thing called iris folding.
Yeah, we saw it in one of the Facebook groups. And, well, I've always been really very fascinated with, because I remember I wanted to build that one thing, but then decided the parts were way too complicated for my ability and my amount of time that that's wonderful.
I think it's
a little bright for you.
Well, don't worry, it won't be when I get through. Not to worry. Okay. Well, you can see we're building up around the edges here, which, you know, I don't know how to not do that.
Well, I think that's just part of it, right?
I think it is. We're just gonna go with that one and say that's what's happening here.
I'm gonna try to clear off.
All right, I'm gonna make sure that those are nice and dry before I start. All right, let's just get some this turquoise down here.
And if you want, you can always just do what you're doing, and you don't necessarily have to talk, and then I can speak through it. It's an option.
Now this does have a little retarder in it, so I'm trying to pick up those edges that maybe are still a little bit wet, and we can kind of blend some of that in there.
Hello, baby.
Now see the wiggly parts there? You just never know where exactly they're going to fall. And it grabs them, so I don't know, repositioning them would probably not be such a great idea. Try the pink side. sort of interesting. Okay, that's probably going to be way more than we need. We'll just put that over here for now. And I knew that that might happen with the, it's still kind of wet. Well, that's quite spectacular. Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. All right. Now we're getting some buildup, which, okay. Got some chunks of stuff on here. This is that phthalo turquoise. I'm feeling a bubble bump out in the middle of my Okay, now some interesting things are starting to happen here. Thirds here, which that's good. I like that, and I love the turquoise over the pink. I'm going to put that aside for a while, and I'm just going to think that's just absolutely fabulous. But I'm going to take this other one, kind of shuffling things around here. So away we go. This one, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can pull a ghost print here. See if there was enough. I don't know if that was a good thing leaving that on there, but I wanted to see. Maybe I could get, you know, maybe a 2 for 1 there. I don't know. Who knows? Interesting. A few more layers and it'll be absolutely fabulous. Now I don't want to cover this up. I do want to come in with this one again. See if we can pick up some of this other stuff. Let's use a little, already got titanium white on there. Probably that's not a good choice. Well, let's use a little of this kind of funny green that I've got going here. Need a new stick. didn't pick up a lot of this down below because I guess it was a lot drier than I thought it was, but that's okay. I think we can make that work to our advantage now that I know that that's dry. I don't know, probably this iridescent. That'll be a lovely edge for something. Very interesting. Of course, I love this presentation paper too. The presentation paper is like the shiznit.
Are you talking about the
Oh, yes.
11-17 stuff?
It is absolutely wonderful.
So you've noticed a difference between
Oh,
that and then the multi-purpose stuff that we use typically?
it's very close. Well, we left that booger too long. This booger over here is pretty. Okay, I'm loving that. Now we need to get some more stuff going on here.
Boy, you're still working with that one stencil?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, it's awesome. And I have this poopy paint that we got out of the bargain bin. Okay, well I just pulled this off of there with the little pieces and parts. I don't know how much we lost there. Anyway, okay, so I'm putting down some golden turquoise. Just because I think maybe it's time we got a little of that, and I'm hoping it's gonna pull. Nice fade. Yes. Bring some of this color down here, hopefully with what's left on the plate. Ah, yes. Now look at that. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, that's done.
Man, this is scary.
Scary.
Yeah, it's just, right.
Oh, the pink one?
Yeah.
I know. But I have plans for it.
You gonna bring in a different stencil or?
Oh, I don't know. That's how I do it. I just get into one stencil.
Yeah,
And
you kind of do. That's the series.
that's the series. That's right. Okay, well, we're just going to get some more interesting color on here. And I am going to go ahead and put down some retarder so I have a little working time here. So I'm going to use my little, you know, I don't know if there's a right amount of this stuff. I just squirt it out there and, you know, whatever.
We haven't come across that information.
But I have discovered that if you go ahead and do your paint first and then put your retarder on, you get a better flow with the paint. It doesn't mess you up. Because if you put down the retarder first, you're going to get blank spots. And, you know, that's not fun. Okay. Now, we're just trying to get some interesting color things going on in here. Getting some more stuff going on the plate. There wasn't any pattern there. I don't think we needed the pattern there because we already had lots of pattern with the houndstooth and with the prior layers of the little, you know, whatever thing here. What do you call this? The puzzle. The puzzle stencil. Okay, now look at that. Much more interesting. Look, Mariah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that's starting to come around. It's not quite there yet, but loving that. Look at those two go together, almost like an opposite.
Yin and a yang.
Yeah.
A north hand or a
Something
no
like that.
hand. I think that's how you say it. No hand.
I do really like that, but I think it needs some. I think we need to get some metallic out here. Well, I absolutely love it. I mean, check this out. You still have some of your pink houndstooth there, but it kind of looks like, you know, it's peeling wallpaper maybe. And I don't know, in the process of being.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting.
I think it's very interesting. I think it goes with our, certainly we'll pick up some of the things that are going on with this one. Now, I do not know if I love this orange here.
Okay, so on this last bit of runs that P did, I am going to go ahead and speed up the video so you can just really watch her work. If you have comments or questions, please put those below. We'll make sure that we either address them in the comment section there, or might even, if it's something that we need to do a video on, we would love to do that. So please do comment, and if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to the channel and you're new, please do that. Ring the bell. We do videos each week along with a live session each Wednesday. And we're going to do some really cool new things in the coming year, so please stay tuned. And then we'll run through these last pulls that P's doing, and then I'll jump over into showing you all of them once they were finalized and in a nice light box situation, so you get a real good idea of what they all looked like, because not all of them were held up to the camera. So again, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate your continued support, and like the video if you haven't. Thank you again. All right, so Pete is finishing up all those last pulls on the plate. Once again, thanks for hanging out. I know even with the speed through, that was a good 5 minutes of just watching her pull those. We do appreciate you spending the time. We really know what that means, and certainly appreciate it. So now, here are their final. And if you haven't liked the video, I know I keep saying it, but please do leave us comments below. Tell us about the video. If there's something you want to see, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. We'll see you next time. Thank you again for watching.